Nick Griffin, ladies and gentlemen.
The battle for Barking is portrayed as a prize fight between BNP leader Nick Griffin...
We're here for the English, we are here for all the British.
...and Margaret Hodge, a symbol of New Labour.
It's a threat, but I see it also as an opportunity.
But the truth is, both Labour and the BNP have always known that Nick Griffin was never likely to win the seat here. Indeed, that was never the real battle. The real prize has always been this: Barking and Dagenham Council. The BNP is already the second biggest party here, and in the elections also on May the 6th, there's a real chance they could take control. If the BNP does win the council, this man is likely to take charge, managing its almost £700 million budget.
It's a beige, whitish carpet.
Right.
Meet Richard Barnbrook, a former art student who once made a film opponents describe as gay porn, now a leading light of the local BNP.
I don't see sex, I don't see colours.
Right.
Pink, purple, black, white, I don't give a damn who you are.
So you're colourblind?
Yeah, totally. And I'm an artist.
So how did it come to this? Dominic Carman is standing for the Lib Dems. Over the last decade, many of the big employers in the area have closed down.
Can we come in?
Local people have been moving out, and new people have been moving in.
For a young person, because I'm young, you know, I ain't even 18, and they gave me the opportunity to have my own apartment.
Even though you're not 18?
Yeah.
So you've got your own flat under 18? That's
Yeah.
very unusual. Do you live with anybody else who's over 18?
Yeah, obviously, of course.
Yeah, who's that, your mum or your dad?
No, that's my cousin. He's older. He's 24.
Okay.
It's the pace of change that's been the issue. The constituency has changed so that I think there are twice as many immigrants here now as there were 10 years ago, and that makes it different from other constituencies and other boroughs in London.
These changes have left many locals feeling sidelined and vulnerable.
I do agree with some of what they're saying. I just think people see it all as racism, which I don't think it all is, but, you know.
You think there are genuine grievances that local people have?
Yeah.
That other parties haven't listened to?
Well, yeah. You know, I think everybody's so bothered about offending people that they're not saying things, whereas the BNP, you know, they're just saying it.
The country's full up, in my estimation, you know, on local amenities, on, you know, the hospitals, the schools.
I'm not being a racist. I mean, our neighbours are absolutely lovely, but of course we've got a Kosovan and Polish people on which I can live with, because I'm not a racist. I am very live and let live. Until they upset me, then we've got a problem.
Not surprisingly, the Conservative candidate blames Labour.
This is where Labour's failure has been so massive that, in my opinion, it's given life to the BNP.
I don't want the Conservatives.
Right.
I don't want, oh God, no, I don't want BNP, but...
Right.
I just don't like Gordon Brown very much.
Right.
Margaret Hodge, the former minister who's defending her seat here, acknowledges Labour has made mistakes.
Our failure, both the Labour government and the previous Conservative government, to build enough affordable social housing. Couple that perhaps with a neglect of council estates and a complacency on behalf of the Labour Party that used to weigh votes in here, and you had an incendiary situation which was exploited by the fascists. I love it.
Despite that, she says Labour is safe here.
Yeah.
What happens if the BNP win the majority control of the council?
Well, they won't, because...
Her agent isn't so confident.
But they only need 26 to have a majority in the council.
Yeah, and that's what we're concerned about.
And last time they won 12 out of 13, didn't they?
Yep.
They won 12. So
they won
it is
12 out of 13. It's a close run thing for council seats, and Margaret's top of the ticket.
So, buddy, what's your connection to
Well, this is my hometown. This is the old town key, and my great grandfather ran a pub over there just the other
The singer Billy Bragg believes a BNP victory would be a disaster for the place where he grew up.
If the BNP took the council, I think one of the first things that would happen is I think a lot of teaching staff would leave because they have control of education. I think many of the doctors in the borough you know, most of whom are not white, they would leave as well. And I think the house prices would go even lower than they are now, because local people would find it very hard to find people who want to move in here, except people who are very, very desperate for housing, who tend to be, by nature, people who are migrated to the country.
The media circus around Nick Griffin's candidacy here disguises a key weakness of the BNP. The party's resources, its talent base, is stretched to the limit.
Why aren't there more people saying, I want to be part of the BNP, I want to stand for the BNP, I want to work for the BNP here?
Yeah, it's happening.
Why? Yeah, but you're stretched to find the candidates you need to cover the constituency.
No.
You've got to win every single seat outside of a Labour stronghold if you're going to have a majority on the council.
No,
I mean, you know, you're going to stand a better chance if you had 51 candidates.
I wouldn't.
Which is your house?
Well, which one do you reckon?
Let me have a look.
It is easy to dismiss the BNP as a joke.
Hi, Mike. I'm Mrs. White. Hello, mate.
Are they called the Whites?
Yes.
That's funny.
What is
Come
it?
on, that
What
is
is it with
funny.
you people?
It is funny that
You're
you're
making a joke of your name.
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying.
But that would be to underestimate the appeal of its message.
Waiting to the council, which will be on April... May, thank you. May the 4th.
May the 6th.
The 6th as well.
You will take it on May the 6th?
I believe we will. It's tiring. I can't see all the things in front of me, as I mentioned before. We're so busy with the campaign that sometimes you cannot get a clear picture of what's going on. Why?
The BNP may be short of capable candidates, but it has tapped into a deep vein of discontent and alienation in Britain and has been growing steadily stronger.